Hello students, welcome to my class of electrostatics. So in this class we will discuss the curl of electric field. So you know that when a point charge is situated at the origin, the electric field lines coming out radially, right? And this is the expression of the electric field. Now, today our motto is to find out what is the curl of this electric field and what is the physical meaning of this curl of electric field. Okay, so before discussing this curl of electric field, let me discuss what is basically curl of any vector field, because otherwise you will not understand physically what is happening. Okay, so in vector calculus the curl is a vector operator, okay, that describes the infinitesimal rotation of a vector field in three-dimensional space. Now at every point in this field the curl of that point is represented by a vector. So this is a typical picture of a vector field which is rotating. Okay, and if a vector rotates like this, suppose the fingers other than the thumb is actually giving the direction of the rotation of the vector fields, then the direction along the thumb is actually the direction of the curl. So all other fingers is actually giving us the direction of the rotation of the vector, and the resultant is actually is along the direction of the thumb. So this is the direction of the curl. Okay, so the direction of the curl is actually the axis of rotation. So this is the axis of rotation, and this actually determined by the right hand rule, and the magnitude of the curl is the magnitude of the rotation. Okay, the rotation at any point is actually characterized by this vector. So here the vector is showing like this, and its length is actually determines the magnitude, and the direction is actually the this direction of the rotation is actually showing the direction of the vector. Okay, now how you will quantify this, that is very important. If a vector field represents the flow of velocity of a moving fluid, then the curl is actually the circulation density of the fluid. Okay, so the how it is circulation density of the fluid, that we can define here like this. So before coming here, let me discuss what is the physical example of any curl of vector field. So a magnetic field, you know, is circulating in nature, right? So if you take curl of that magnetic field, you will get a vector, another vector along the axis of the rotation of the magnetic field. So that is actually the current density. Later on you will see that from the Ampere circuital law we can reach a equation, differential equation of Ampere's law, that is curl B equal to mu 0 J. So J is the volume current density. Okay, so this current density is actually generated due to the curl of this magnetic field, or we can tell in other way that if there is a current, we can get a circulating magnetic field. So this is the physical example of any curl of any vector field. Or you can think it like this also in our daily life. So in a river, when water flows, you might have seen that water circulates in some region. So that region is called vortex. So when boat comes near to the vortex, what happens? That boat can go inside the river and calamity happens, right? So why it is happening? So when the water fluid is flowing in a circulating manner, there is curl of that water flow is actually generating a vector, that is a force inside the along the along the river, okay, inside the river. So that's why that boat goes inside the river. So this is another example of circulating of fluid, that is a example of curl of any vector field. Okay, now let's discuss the quantitative definition of curl. So we can define the curl of any vector field like this. Now what is this? Let's discuss. So this is circular integration, line integration. If we consider this vector is A, vector field is A, so A dot dl. Okay, so this is the circular line integration A dot dl. So if this is a circular path, that is C, then a vector which is rotating along this path. So if we do A dot dl, then it is the closed line integral A dot dl. Okay, so and you can see this closed path is actually making a open surface, that is ds. So this closed path is actually enclosing a surface, open surface, that is ds, and the direction of this surface, open surface, is this unit vector n cap. So if we divide this line integration by the elemental surface area value, then this actually will give us the magnitude of this curl of that vector field, and direction will be along the n cap direction. So here we are taking limit ds tends to 0, because if we make this surface is very small, then also it is valid, this curl of any vector field. Okay, so this proof we are not going into those details, but this expression is, you have to remember, this curl of A is actually I cap, j cap, k cap. Okay, how this is coming, that can be discussed in mathematical physics class. So here I am not going to the proof of this, but you have to remember this, that curl of any vector field is can be written like this. So this is a matrix kind of thing. So I cap, j cap, k cap. So you have done A cross B. So similar type of thing. So here you put ax, ax, ay, az, then bx, by, bz. Instead of ax, ay, az here, we are putting the partial derivative del x, del y, del z. Because you know del is I cap del x plus j cap del y plus k cap del z. So that we are putting here. Now this is very simple. So here I cap del az del y minus del ay del z plus j cap del ax del z minus del az del x, right, plus k cap del ay del x minus del ax del y. Okay, so here again I want to clarify one point, that here we are seeing that we are telling that this is ax, means this is the x component of a vector. So please understand this very carefully. This is the x component of a vector, this is y component of a vector, this is z component of a vector. Now here what we are doing, this is del az del y. So if you tell this is z component of a, that doesn't mean that there will be only z parameter. So any z component can be combination of x and y parameter. There may not be any z parameter, or it can be combination of x, y and z, or it can be combination of y, z, anything. Okay, so the z component can be combination of x, y variable, can be combination of y, z variable, can be combination of anything x, y, z. Okay, so that's why here we can get one value. So So if it is if there is any z variable, suppose if there is any y variable, then we will get some value. If there is no y variable, if there is only x and z variable, then it will give us 0, because we are taking derivative with respect to y. X and z is fixed. Okay, so only you have to know that these components can be function of x, y and z. Okay, now so here the function, the electric field is actually like this, r cap by r square, and there is the constant 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. So we have to find out this curl of this r cap by r square. Now r cap we will convert is r vector by r cube, right? Now r vector in so whenever we are dealing with r vector, that tells us that this electric field has spherical symmetry. So we are considering a sphere, and that radial vector is we can write like this: I x plus jy plus kz, and r is basically root over x square plus y square plus z square. So that becomes x square plus y square plus z square to the power 3 by 2. So let's put, so you can see here the x component is x by x square plus y square plus z square to the power 3 by 2. So it is a combination of x, y, z. Here also x, y, z, here also x, y, z. So if we do this operation, here, so we can get like this, and you can see here also minus 3yz, then this is plus 3yz, so it will give us 0. So this the I component is 0, j component is also 0, k component is also 0. So curl of electric field becomes 0. So electrostatic field is irrotational field, right? So in the picture, in the figure, if we see, we can see that the vector field is coming out from the charge, plus q charge. So there is no rotational kind of nature of the electric field. So that's why it is very obvious that if you take curl, then it will be 0. But magnetic field is rotational in nature. So if you take curl of any magnetic field, it will be non-zero. So that we have to understand, and we have to remember this. Okay. Now this curl of this electric field will be 0. That can be understood in a different way also. So suppose if we want to calculate the line integral of this electric field from some point A to B. Okay, so this is A and this is B. So then we can write A to B dot dl, and instead of E we have to write q by 4 pi epsilon naught r square dr. Now in general, in spherical coordinate dl, we can write dr r cap, r d theta theta cap, and r sin theta d phi phi cap. So this can be understood from this picture. So let's go back to the picture. So here this is what is r d theta, this is r d theta. Now this is r sin theta d phi, right? And that is dr cap, which is along the radial vector. So r d theta is along theta cap, and r sin theta d phi is along phi cap. Okay. Now so this is dr r cap along the radial vector, r d theta theta cap along theta direction, r sin theta d phi along phi direction. Okay, so here you can see the electric field is on the function of r, and the direction is along radial vector. So here you can see this is along radial vector. So if we do theta cap dot r cap, then it will give us 0, right? Because E is this expression r cap. So r cap dot r cap will survive only, and r cap dot theta cap will be 0, r cap dot phi cap is also 0. So that's why only this first term remains dr. So q by 4 pi epsilon naught r square dr. So we have to do this integration, and this integration is can be easily done that is minus 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q by r, and the value from the origin to the A point is RA, and from origin to the B point is RB. So RA to RB, then this becomes 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q by RA minus q by RB. Okay, so what we get this expression. The line integration A to B dot dl is like this. So this has a tremendous importance. You can see this integration is independent of the path considered. That means if we go like this, then if we do this line integration, the value will be like this. If we go suppose like this, then also the line integration value will be like this. So this integration is independent of the path considered. Okay, now if we go from A to B and again coming back to from B to A through another path, then the line integration, circular line integration will be 0. Okay, so from the quantitative definition, actually we can tell this curl of E actually is 0. Okay, so here how can we do this? So this E dot dl is 0. From the Stokes law, actually we can tell that curl of E is curl of E ds, so that can be proved from here. Okay, so see, this is E dot dl. Okay, E dot dl is 0. So if we multiply ds, and if ds is finite, then only this curl of that vector field is 0. That is possible only if this line integration is 0, right? So from here this E dot dl is 0, so E dot dl is 0, so curl of E will be 0. That can be. So quantitative definition of the curl, we are curl of any vector electric field that has been understood. So this tells that this electric field is irrotational, means it is not circulating vector field. Also it describes that it is a conservative vector field. Okay, so if the curl of any vector field is 0, that means that is irrotational, and also it is conservative in nature. Okay, so that this important point you have to remember. This is very important. When the curl of any vector field is 0, that is irrotational, and also it tells that the vector field is conservative in nature. Okay, so till now we have understood the quantitative definition of curl of any electric field. So electrostatic field rather we should tell, because by Faraday's induction law, there also we can generate electric field by induction procedure, but there curl of electric field will not be 0, because that is not electrostatic, right? That is not electrostatic field. So whenever there is electrostatic field due to a static charge, then curl of that vector field will be 0. So in this regard, the numerical can be, so one can give you the form of a electric field, and the question will be proved that the electric field is conservative in nature. Okay, now if there are bunch of point charges instead of one charge, you know that according to superposition principle, we can write the electric field vector is vector sum of different electric field due to the point charges. Okay, so if we take the curl of that total field, that will be like this, and that is individual curl of individual electric field, addition of curl of individual electric field, and that is 0. Okay, so as we have understood what is curl of electric field, now we will discuss what is electric potential. So as the line integral of electric field is independent of the path that we have proved here, we can define a function that is Vr, that is minus, this is a reference point O to R E dot dl. Now this O is a standard reference point, and in the next class I will spend some time how to choose a reference point when you are going to find out the potential, electric potential. Okay, now this is E dot dl. Now precisely one should write this is E tilted r cap dot dl prime. That is, you know that the prime coordinate we discussed, that is actually for source point, and that not prime coordinate is actually for field point. So when we want to calculate such type of integral, this type of integral, then we shall put the primes. Otherwise we can avoid this and make our life easy. So for the time being we will not consider this, because we don't require right now this to find out this type of integration. If it requires, then we have to consider the prime coordinate explicitly. Okay, okay, thus this V depends only on the R point. Okay, so we have seen that this V is called the electric potential. Okay, now the let's find out the potential difference. So rather sometimes this potential difference is more convenient to find out, and you will see that this is important to find out the electric field also. Okay, so if we know the potential at two different points, and if I take difference, then we can find out the electric field. Okay, so if we do Vb minus Va, so this is the standard reference point, so it can be any origin. Suppose origin is our standard reference point, so O to B and minus E dot dl, then minus or minus sign, that will be plus, so O to A E dot dl. So this is minus O to B E dot dl minus A to O E dot dl. Basically we are from 0 to A we are considering A to 0 or A to O. Okay, so this becomes minus A to B E dot dl. So here if we consider the fundamental theorem of gradient, that is actually Vb minus Va, that is A to B gradient V dot dl. So gradient is what? So gradient V is actually tells us the rate of change of the potential, so along particular direction. So this one should tell space rate of change, because I del is I del x plus j del y plus k del z. So when you operate this on V, so it will be I cap del V del x plus j cap del V del y plus k cap del V del z, and V is a scalar field, scalar function. So V can be combination of x, y and z also, because this is dependent on space point. Okay, so this is the theorem of gradient, and so from here we can easily write A to B gradient V dot dl equal to minus A to B E dot dl. So for any points A and B, the integrand must be equal, right? So we can write this gradient is actually minus E, so E equal to gradient minus gradient of V. So this equation is very important, and we can use this later on to find out the potential. If you know the electric field, also if we know the potential, we can find out the unknown electric field, and from there using this expression we can write down also a famous equation that is called the Poisson's equation, and from there Laplace equation. And this Laplace equation has tremendous importance that we will discuss later on to find out the potential. Okay, at when there is no charge distribution at some point. Okay, what will be the potential at a point where there is no charge distribution. Okay, so for today I am leaving here. In the next class I want to spend some more time on the electric potential, some important comments points on electric potential, and we will see what is the form of Poisson's equation and Laplace equation, and what is the importance of that I will discuss little bit. Okay, and what is the potential of any localized charge distribution, that I will discuss in the next class. Okay, thank you.